Hello traders and welcome to a new quick 5-minute alpha on a really cool TradingView free indicator that I thought a lot of you guys might like. Let's dive in. It is the indicator right here, which is partially obscured by my head, as you can see in the bottom left of your screen. But here's the indicator. It is aggregated volume. As always, I'm going to link this in the TradingView. I'm going to link the TradingView code or the TradingView script below. All you gotta do is just click on it and then click add to, watch list or add to chart or whatever it is, and you should have it. Here are the settings that I like to use. These are interchangeable. I mean, I've been playing with volume by USD versus coin sometimes, but I think USD is kind of nice. Also, I've been using Delta, which is going to be market buy versus market sell. This is basically a super helpful volume indicator that aggregates multiple volumes, and you can even type in the exchange that you want. You can change any of these and get whatever data you want. So it has a bunch of different data, as you can see. Now, what it pulls from, guys, is it pulls spot and also pulls perpetuals using these tickers right here. As you can see, USD.P, no tether, USDT.P, which is tether futures, and then also just regular tether, and then also pairs to USD. And yeah, it just does so much. So this is what I have, just to show you guys some of what I have right here. I have Delta selected because that's the one that I have here. So you just got to make sure that these guys match up with this, and then if it does that, you should be fine. Let's dive into the use of the indicator. This indicator is going to be really, really helpful for telling you when to look to buy versus when to look to sell. I have a rule, which is if the trend doesn't prove itself, you shouldn't be entering it. Essentially what that means is if you're a trend trader, I don't care what time frame you're on, we don't want to try to make a bet if there isn't volume supporting it. Here's what I mean. What do we see here on CKB? We see a bunch of market buying, right? Now you can see the delta right here. I've ignored the values because I want to be a bit cleaner, but you can see it's about $40 million. Again, this is dollars. This is not the coin itself. It's about $40 million worth of market buying versus market selling. This type of activity means you really shouldn't be looking for a sell. Could this be a decent place to short? Maybe, sure, but in the long run, probably not a good idea. You probably want to look to buy here, and this would have been a fantastic spot to have bought. Now, if you needed any more confirmation, I mean, look at this candle right here. There's even more market buying. Now, one thing to look at when you're assessing a trend strength is you need to look at the difference between what happens when a lot of people market buy versus what happens when a lot of people market sell. Essentially, what's larger, the green delta candles or the red delta candles? That's going to really give you a good gauge of who's in control. As we can all see here, of these candles, it's the bulls who are in control. The bulls really do run the show. You can see that there's just so much more market buying. The market selling phase, there's just not much of it. This kind of situation, you really want to look to buy. And buying anywhere here would have just done quite well. Now let's go look for trend reversal and starting to bet on the other direction. This one's beautiful because it's a very clear trend reversal. Look at this candle right here. What does this mean? Well, this is the trend proving itself. This is a selling amount of about $25 million across multiple exchanges in 1 minute. So this is a sign that you might want to, look to short somewhere around here. Now, something really, really cool you can do with TradingView and with this indicator is I can actually zoom in on this candle and go see what actually happened, just to get some more insight. So you want to hit bar replay tool, and if you have TradingView Premium, you hit 1 second. Now, what this is going to show me is where's the volume coming from. Now, the volume was all over the place. You can see that what actually ended up happening is price fell quite rapidly, but there was just a bunch of volume. Maybe because this was the funding interval, actually, there was this much volume, but it was just market buying, market selling kind of all over the place. So this isn't really the most bearish candle, actually. And the reason it's not the most bearish is look at these large market buys right here. So in reality, you do want to zoom in on these candles because I originally thought, just by the looks of it, you're like, oh, that's such a bearish candle. But at the same time, you do need to zoom in like I just did to really uncover, what's going on in the candle. But overall, if you see this type of pattern and it's not a funding interval, which it was right here, it's likely going to be quite bearish. Now, you can apply this really on any token. I can go to BTC USDT.P, good old Bitcoin. Now, you can look at any Bitcoin token. It actually doesn't matter because this is going to pull volume from everywhere. It's going to pull volume from Maxi, Binance, OKX, Bybit, everywhere that you want. So you could look at this on, I don't know, whatever platform you want, whatever ticker you want of Bitcoin. So who's in control here? Well, let's do a little bit of a zoom out and just go look at the market buying and market selling. So right here, we have an uptrend, clearly, and the bulls are much stronger than the bears. Now, to make this a little bit more clear, what I can do is make these lines a little bit bigger and put them to a 3 instead of a 1. And that should make them bold out a little bit, I think. Or do I have to do this one too? Let's go do that, and then that. I think that should make it a bit clearer. The color is still not that clear though. So if the color is not clear, it's really easy, guys. All you got to do is just go to Delta and put that to 100%. I think that'll fix it. Yeah, and then put that to 100%. Perfect. And that fixed it. As you can see, it's more clear now. I like that. So the bulls are clearly in control here. This would be a sign where you just don't want to sell. At this given price point right now, it's probably not the greatest idea to sell. What is the sign of the beginning of a downtrend when we're talking about volume delta? This type of indicator. Well, it's this. This is a beautiful sign for the beginning of a little bit of a downtrend. This is just clear dominance of the bears. Look to short. Just look to short, moderately tight stop loss, and maybe 2-to-1 risk reward, 1-to-1 risk reward, and you would have been fine. You likely would have made money. You can see that even this little pullback, look at the amount of selling. This is why I like the indicator so much, because it's very good for short-term trading. You can see here the price did try to go up a little bit, but where's the buying? Across multiple exchanges, there's just no buying whatsoever. It's all selling. So all of this selling right here is just showing that it's not likely that price is going to go up anytime soon until something proves me differently. Now, what proves this differently would be this candle right here. This surge of buying and just complete lack of selling in this phase, and then in this phase here, that's when you really think that it's gonna, start going up, and going up it sure did, as you can see right there. You can use this on any time frame. That's really the beauty of it. I have another indicator set up here, which is people's ideas, so that's what you're going to see the bubbles for. I can actually just turn these off. This is also helpful just to see if traders are like bullish, bearish, or whatever. I can hide those. Perfect. So what we can see here is, let's go isolate this trend. Bitcoin looks quite bullish. We can see Bitcoin does look quite bullish. The bullish candles, the green candles, are a lot larger than the red candles. But I will say, what I have found, guys, is that very, very short time frames do tend to work a little bit better. If I go to something like the 1 second or the 5 second, it will even aggregate that, and you can see very, very short term price trends. Now, this would only be good if you had an ability to no fee trade, like even like Rollbit or something like that. This would be something you could use. You look for a very dominant volume, and then a very short-term move is likely going to continue. You look for kind of like bearish volume, and then you think, yeah, it's likely that this is going to probably go down a little bit, stuff like that. But maybe there are coins out there that actually do have enough volatility where you can, make trades on this at this kind of very, very low time frame of 1 second or even 5 second, which might be better to look at, because we don't want this data to be like too jumbled. Now, CKB looks quite bullish. You can see on the very short time frame, we see more buying than selling. Here we saw, this is actually a really good signal. This indicator has been really, really good for CKB. I've noticed that, and that's why I opened this video with CKB as well, because it just looks like it works well. You can see that there's a lot of selling here, and price just went down. Again, that was the funding interval, but still, you can see, you can see a lot of different things happening here. Crazy volume spike right here. Wow. And what did price do? Price just didn't really do much, just kind of went sideways. Here we can see pretty equal, but bulls dominating a little bit over bears, as you can see. This one is the one we talked about before. So yeah, you can really use this indicator on any time frame. It's going to show you the strength of the buyers versus the strength of the sellers. If this isn't really your cup of tea, there's a much easier way you can look at this. And I want to get you guys, for the people that don't want to use it like a delta, I'm going to give you basically the easier way to do it. You do this and you hit volume. Now this is just going to show you transaction volume. It's not going to try to do market buys minus market sells or try to calculate that on Tradingview. It just shows you transaction volume, red and green. So with that being said, this is going to be a much simpler, but again, this is not market buy minus market sell. This is just all transactions made in any given candle. And if the candle goes up, green. If the candle goes down, red. Both are very, very helpful. This is obviously going to be way simpler for you to look at on any time frame. It's just very, very straightforward. That's why volume is so popular. And I think it's going to show trends a little bit more clearer, because you can see here, the green's just dominating. You can see that there's a lot more buying than there is selling. I mean, both indicators are nice. I can't tell you which one's better. This one gives you a little bit less information, but it makes these trends very, very clear. The other one, the delta mode, gives you more information, just makes things a little bit murkier about, what to do. So with this, it's good because you can say, hey, when price goes up, how much action is there? When price goes down, how much action is there? And if there's a lot going on when price goes up and just not much happening when price goes down, volume-wise, not price-wise, then that's a sign that price will likely continue going up. So with that, that's likely going to do it. This is a really, really, really helpful indicator. There's so many different ways you can customize this, from different exchanges to different modes. It even predicts like liquidations. Cumulative delta, which is pretty helpful too. Spot minus perp, if you're curious about, that's actually a really good way to think too. Looking at the delta of spot minus perps, that's going to be the market buys minus, I think like total market buys minus market sells minus, I guess, market buys and market sells of, no, it's just going to show you if there's more volume from spot or from, what's it called? Futures. So to do that, I've actually never seen this indicator, but it seems quite interesting. Oh, that is really, really cool. Yeah, so it's red because that's showing you more futures volume as opposed to spot volume. That's really interesting. So this is going to show you there's this much more futures trading than there is spot. I wonder what the pattern would be if this ever turns green, which it likely wouldn't. If it turned green, that means that there's more spot trading than perp trading. Or if it gets close to zero. That is interesting. So maybe that's another thing for a different video. But it looks like, as you guys all know, the perpetuals do run the show. Spot really doesn't play as big of a part as people, I think it do. The what's it called? Let me put on this guy. Yeah, it's the same thing. The crypto market is really, really dominated by the perpetuals market. It's really not going to be dominated as much by the spot market. With that, happy trading. I hope that this indicator is helpful. I find it really helpful, and I hope you guys got something out of it too. And you can use this on any cryptocurrency that you so desire. With that, happy trading, and go make some money with the aggregated volume indicator.